What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 24 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to go over how to build the best theme team in MUT 24. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you're searching around YouTube for MUT 24 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So you might be watching this video for a number of reasons. One of the most common questions I get is, which theme team should I build? If I'm a no money spent player, is it worth building a theme team? We're going to cover it all in this video, and there's really like two reasons why you might want to build a theme team. Number one is you just want to build your favorite team's theme team. Number two, and I think the more important reason, or the way to make cards better, is getting the +2 to speed, and that's going to make the cards faster, obviously, but generally better, because theme teams, if you can get 50 of the same team on one roster, are going to give you a bunch of stats that are going to get boosted. Now, the number one resource that you should be using to build a theme team is going to be MUTGG, so you can head on over to that site, and if you look at the top, there is actually a link here that says theme teams. This is a great tool for, number one, if you already know the team that you want to build, this is going to point you in the direction of all the cards that you need to go out and get. There might be some players that you forgot played for your favorite team, or whatever theme team you are playing for. You can also find players who get all team chems on this list, though we don't have too many to start off the launch of MUT 24. And then also, this page right here is going to tell you who the best theme teams are by overall. So right now, we're seeing the best teams, the best theme teams. We got a couple at 85 overall, but for the most part, you're going to see 84 overalls. Another really cool feature, and I'll dig into everything here in a moment, but another really cool feature of this is if you want to build a hybrid theme team. So, you know, say your favorite team's the Eagles like mine is, and then we want to pick a second theme team to maybe take advantage of some of the best cards in the game. Right now, as it stands here in late September, Steelers, Chiefs, Dolphins, Ravens, Cowboys are just to name a few. So let's say we wanted to build a Dolphins-Eagles hybrid theme team. We would select Eagles over here. We'd also select Dolphins, and this one will actually allow you to get up to 3 teams. You click View Hybrid Theme Team. It's going to show you all of the players that you would want to go out and get at each position for each team. And if you can get to 25 Eagles and 25 Dolphins, you're going to get +1 speed on each of those theme teams. I will likely do an updated video on this at least once per month to keep you guys up to date and in tune with the best theme teams in the game. As I said, right now, there's 2 teams with 85s. It's going to be the Eagles and the Chiefs, and then there's a bunch of 84s. I'm also recording this before Team of the Week comes out tomorrow, in which the Dolphins put up 70 points. The Bills had a really good game. They might get some new players, so you could see their theme teams jump up in OVR. But we'll go ahead and just pick the Eagles, for example, here, and just like we saw with the hybrid theme team screen, it's going to show you all of the players that you would need for quarterback, halfback, basically every single position. And one other thing you should do, or at least pay attention to, even if the top theme teams are not of any interest of you, they tend to have cards that are higher in price because people are trying to build that theme team because it might be the best in the game. There's not any great examples, but things like this will happen from time to time. The punter for the Eagles was up to about 20K. He's falling down to about 9K, but occasionally you'll see for some of the best theme teams in the game that they will have like overly priced gold cards, especially on the offensive and defensive line, defensive tackles, backup, left guard, right guard, center, right tackle, left tackle, tight ends a lot in that situation as well. So it never hurts to maybe check this page every other week and look for the top theme teams out there, and then just look for cards that you might have that are on those theme teams. Price check them individually. You can use MUTGG to look up the prices, but you may have some extra coins laying in your binder that you don't even know about. Some of this information is going to be familiar with a lot of you. Some of you have maybe never built a theme team before. This is your first Madden Ultimate Team. When you're in your lineup screen, if you use your directional pad and go over to the right, you can see all of the team chemistries, or just chemistries in general, that you have associated with your lineup, and building a theme team is going to boost certain attributes. So basically every 5 players from a theme team that you have on your team, you're going to get some type of special boost. And you can see here for the Eagles, I'm actually out of 30 out of 35, or 30 out of 50. 50 is the max that you can have, and that's kind of the end goal there. Getting to 50 of one team is going to give you +2 to speed, and that's like kind of the goal that everybody has when they're building a theme team. Now, there are other chemistries, and more will come, like Campus Heroes had one. one. I don't have many Campus Hero players on the team. Team captains have their own chemistry, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit more detail. I know a lot of people have been asking me, how do you get up to 6 team captains? It's not possible. My guess is later on in the year or some point throughout the MUT24 year, they're going to add 2 more captains in the game to allow you to have all 6 on the team to get more boosts. We have these AKA cards with Country Strong and Sweet Feet that just came out over the last couple weeks. They're going to boost certain position players on your team. Currently, we have the Gridiron Guardians promo, which is going on. They have different like levels or teams associated with players. Like I have 3 scrappers right now, so we're getting +1 to lead block and pass block. So you can see these various things as well. All of the Season 1 Field Pass players, if you have them all in your lineup, a total of 5 of them, you'll get +1 speed to all of them. I assume the same thing's going to happen with the Season 2 players in a couple weeks. So these are other boosts that you can get, but for theme teams, we'll go back to the Eagles here. You can see that right now, and I don't know the order of them specifically, but I believe when you get to 5, you get +1 strength, and then 10 is jumping, 15 is agility, 20 is acceleration, and then 25 is speed. So as you can see here, I'm at 30, which now we're starting to double up on these, and we have +2 to strength and then +1 to everything else. If we got to 35 players, we get another +1 to jumping. 40 would give us +1 to agility. 45 would give us +1 to acceleration. So at that point, it'd be +2 for all of those attributes. And then finally at tier 10, 50 components, 50 players, we get another +1 to speed. So everything that we just talked about or showed you would be +2. Now this won't happen with every player on a theme team, but sometimes these boosts that you get from having 25 or 30 or 45 players on your team will also increase their overall. You can see here, for example, Michael Vick is up to an 89 overall, and you can see how that's blue to the standard white that you normally see on a card. If we go into the card and show you the attributes, you're going to see +1s and +3s and 2s everywhere, but you notice right away on the speed it says +1. That's because we have at least 25 Eagles. Now, as the year goes on, we're going to get players who will get any team chem, even if they didn't play for those teams, and I'm not a big fan of it. If they put players like that in the game, I'll usually use them to get to the 50 mark of one of my theme teams, or of the Eagles team, I should say. But for now, team captains are the only players in the game that can get any team chem, and you have to get them to an 85 overall. So there are enough tokens in the game right now to get 2 of the 4 team captains up to an 85 overall, and as you can see, we have Frank Gore here up at an 85 overall, and despite him actually kind of playing for the Eagles for like an hour, if he wasn't a team captain, or say he gets a card later on down the road, that card would not get an Eagles team chem, but because we actually got him up to an 85 overall with our team captain tokens, we can put Eagles chem on him. And then the other one that I'm currently using is Eric Berry. We have him all the way up to an 88 overall, but once you get to 85, you can put another team chem or any team chem on him. And if you go into a card from this screen, you can go and hit square or X on Xbox, go to upgrade, and then you're going to go down to the chemistries and positions. You can see the team captain chem that we talked about a moment ago and how you need to get 6 of those, but that's not possible. If you go to the second one here, you're going to see all of the team chems that are available on this player. If we go to a team captain that is not at an 85 overall, I just want to show you the difference here. We'll go to item upgrade. We actually have to add at least 1 token to this card to be able to see the team chems or even activate them. But if we try to go and change it, you're going to see a lock icon on everybody but the Bucks. So again, he has to be at an 85 overall to assign any team chem. The way it stands right now, I believe October 9th would be the date that we get 2 more team captain objectives, which would equal 2 more team captain tokens. And at that point, you wouldn't be able to have an 88 overall and then 2 85s, but you should have enough captains to go with 3 85 overalls, which isn't good for trying to get the best players on the field. But that at that point, you would have 3 team captains that can get to an 85 overall. There'd be enough tokens to do that, which would mean 3 players that could get any team chem. And for the most part, these are pretty good positions. I mean, cornerback, you got 5 of them on your depth chart. You're always going to need a backup center there, so Kevin Mawai's good. Running back, you got 3 of them there. Safety's probably the only one. Luckily, Eric Berry seems to be the best card so far this year. Safety's really the only one that only has, or I should say, you don't have a ton of use for, or a ton of room on the depth chart. Obviously, center, you only have 2 as well, but you're only going to use 1 center. A lot of times, you might want 2 safeties on the field, so you can't just throw any player in there. You might need somebody good. Luckily, Eric Berry is pretty good. If you got rookie premier cards from MUT23 and it's too late, if you didn't, you can't get them now, but if you did, it's important to hang on to at least 3 of them, assuming you got the rookie premier any team tokens as as well, because this will allow you to put these players on any theme team, even if they're in the back of your depth chart. I would also try to keep the players and not quick sell the ones like Brian Brees, defensive tackle, because you have 4 spots there on your depth chart. You can see some of the ones I kept. Dorian Williams, you got 4 middle linebackers there, backup right guard, backup right tackle, you got 3 halfbacks. So think of these things before you quick sell your rookie premieres, because they can help you with your theme team all year. So one other thing to go over before we get out of here, and this could be general information to a lot of you, but I know some of you watching this video are new to the game mode this year and maybe building a theme team for the first year. The basic rule of thumb to follow is if they have an elite card, that elite card can get any team chem that that player played for, but there are some weird exceptions. For example, this Christian McCaffrey 86 overall cannot get Panthers chem for whatever reason, but his 88 overall can, and if you go back to his core elite, which is a lower overall, that card can still get Panthers chem as well. So sometimes on set cards like this CMC for the AKA promo, you're not able to switch team chems. You can always use MUT.GG as we showed you. You can also go to the catalog and you don't have to spend any training to view any of these things. If we search for Christian McCaffrey and go to his elite item, we can go to this upgrade tab, and without spending that training, you see how there's a lock here? We can still view and see that he gets Panthers or 49ers team chem there on his core elite. And then if we go back over to this 86 overall AKA card and we go to the upgrade tab here, it's still going to have that lock, but when we go into it, or if we try to go into it, nothing happens. This is also just a side note here. You can see what abilities each player gets within the catalog. So this is a useful feature without having to spend that 5 training to find out information if you don't have MUT.GG available. With gold cards, or basically anything that's 79 overall and under, whatever team chem you see on the front of the card, that's what they get. So there are going to be players who have a gold card in the game that have played for multiple teams, but if you go into them, we'll just use DeAndre Swift for an example, plays for the Eagles now, has Eagles chem on here on his gold item. He doesn't even have an upgrade tab, so there's no way on a gold card or a 79 overall and under to switch team chems. You wouldn't be able to use this card on your Lions Steam team. If you wanted to do so, you'd have to, as it stands right now, go out and get his Team of the Week LTD card. And that's everything that you need to know about how to build the best Steam team in MUT 24. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.